So the messaging and the ministry and just the experiences from the Ferguson response 4 years ago, has evolved to where, as the Lord has opened doors for this story and these stories to be told, um, various leaders in various places have asked, you know, how do we do this, and what advice can you give us, and how can you come alongside us? And I didn't really want to start a nonprofit organization because I've done it before and it's a lot of work, but it just became very clear that God has been initiating something in the hearts, and like never before, there's a hunger and an openness for the ministry of reconciliation. And God really just impressed upon my heart that we don't need another civil rights movement. We need a civil righteousness movement, because rights deals with our externals, but righteousness deals with our internals. And Jesus' justice agenda is internal transformation that leads to external reformation. And so if God wants to reform the exteriors and maybe the laws and the education system and communities and all these different things, there is reform needed, but that reform can only be sustainable if it comes from transformed hearts. And so that gave birth to Civil Righteousness. We're a brand new nonprofit organization pursuing reconciliation and restorative justice through spiritual, cultural, and economic renewal. And so we formed in February of 2018, and I'm kind of working right now to build the organizational legs and feet for what we want to do, which I believe is kind of a mixture of both the activist kind of heart of the millennial generation who want to get out on the streets and put feet to something. And so we want to get out on the streets in a righteous way, but also the multi-generational wisdom of building long term. And the reality is revolutions are fast, but reformation takes a long time. And everybody wants the quick revolution. The millennial generation wants the quick revolutionary change, tear it all down and start over. Well, that doesn't play out in the course of history as working out very well. But we need the wisdom of those who have built and sustained structures in the over decades and over time. And so that's where the strategy of buying land and property and investing in low-income neighborhoods and pulling together the resources of the suburbs to the inner city, and building bridges between black and white and other ethnic groups, and creating spaces for healing and healing conversations and healing interactions. And those are the things that we're trying to put our hands and feet to, and trusting God to help us do.